I'm one of the first comics to have his own cigar. I may be the first comic. I'm leading the way. And after me, there's going to be probably a lot more successful comics doing their own cigars, making a lot more money. But I'm the first. That's all that matters. I'm Amelia Earhart of cigars in the comedy industry. Okay? Rest in peace, girl. We're always with you every day, you know? Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Rocky Dale Davis. I am from Brookwood, Alabama, and I am a professional stand-up comedian. Cheers, baby. This is my job. This is what I get paid to do. This is the best job. My mom always told me never smoke growing up. Look at me now, mama, making money. Have fun at your job at the warehouse, okay? Have fun with your carpet glue cigarettes, okay? We're smoking cigars. And no, one cigar does not equal 100 cigarettes. You're dumb. I don't like it, okay? No, this is great. I'm just glad to be here. I'm pumped to be down here in Florida. We drove through Orlando today, passed by Disney World and everything. That's where we're actually at the bottom of Disney World right now. That's where Brian lives. No one knows it. Everyone thinks Brian does this huge fucking cigar thing and he has this club and it's amazing. Not true at all. He is actually Mickey Mouse at Disney World. No one knows it. It's the whole thing. He owns the whole top of it. He's Disney World, he's Mickey Mouse, and then he's Minnie Mouse, depending on what day it is. That's why sometimes if the subscription's ever late, he was working really hard that day. Yeah. He had a bunch of kids. He actually vomited in his helmet. This is wild. This is just what we do, man. We're just here. Thank you. I'm looking behind me now. Oh, who are these guys?
They're cigar makers.
They're cigar makers?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal. I'm not in the wall yet, which is kind of weird, you know. Just thought we were friends, you know, making a cigar together, but he's like, I'll put these idiots up. So, I just got blackballed from the whole industry right there. Thankfully, no one that owns a cigar company uses Instagram, so they'll never see this. Unless I go on LinkedIn, they'll never know. This cigar should be called Burning Bridges. That's not a bad name for a cigar. Part 2 coming soon. Brought to you by Privada, everybody. It's Privada, right? I think I said Privada for a while. I'm an idiot. Dude, I struggle at the English language. And it's the only one I know, but I'm not good at it. Like, The Rock is my best friend. Like, we're best friends, but I don't even know the name of his tequila. I say Terramana, but then somebody told me it's like Terramane, and it's like, I don't know. I'm from Alabama. I learned to read 2 weeks ago to make this band. That's the only reason. I didn't even know it was my band. I was like, oh, Kristoffas? That's what I'm saying, kids. My message for the whole thing here is if you're a kid watching this, and you shouldn't be because you have to be 21 to enter the site, but if you're a kid or if you're someone growing up right now, and I don't mean to get emotional, but don't learn to read and don't learn how to do math. Just be yourself and look. I can't do basic math. I've never read a contract I've ever signed in my life, and I've signed a bunch, okay? But just be yourself, because like reading and getting smart leads to being dumber, you know? Like look where I am. I'm successful as heck, dude. I'm in a garage right now, okay? Like, this is where you can be if you don't go to college as well, okay? My thing is, and I stay in shape, I always say, you know, no carbs, no knowledge, okay? I don't take in knowledge, and I don't eat carbs. I keep myself, like, lean mind, lean body, okay? Don't learn stuff. Just don't learn things. Don't learn things, and don't eat carbs after 10, okay? That's my message here, because you can be successful. All that stuff about, you know, the AX equals 7, you know, pi, and that's how the nuclear bomb was made. I don't want to make no bombs, you know? Only thing I want to drop is bombs, and I'm dropping these cigars. brought to you by Privada and Kristoff, Rocky Del Davis storyteller. That's all I want to hear to say. You have hecklers all the time. I had a guy one time, I got punched in the face one time at a comedy show. I worked for it. The guy talked the entire show, so I made fun of him. And I mean, I went in on this guy for about 20 minutes. And after the show, he walks up and he goes, "You want to go outside?" I was like, "Sure." So as we're walking out, I'm like, "I can't fight this guy. I don't want to get sued. You know, I'm doing well, obviously. Storyteller Cigar at Privada.com. But I'm doing well, so I can't fight this guy." So we go outside, and he hops around a few times, pops off his shirt, and just punches me in the face, and then just takes off running. And I told my girlfriend, and she goes, "Well, did you have an opportunity to walk inside?" I was like, "Yeah, no, I tried to walk inside once, but he told me, 'Well, you gonna be a pussy?' And I didn't want to be a pussy, so I had to let him hit me." She goes, No, now you're not a pussy, you're just an idiot now." I had a guy one time, this is a true story, not even joking. When I decided to stop fighting, because it doesn't make sense to fight when you're older, you lose money, it doesn't end up well for anybody. So this is about 2 months after I got punched. And I'm pulling into a restaurant. So this lady backs out, I pull in with my girlfriend. And you ever hear like yelling where you know a fight's about to happen? And so there's somebody yelling. And I'm like, "Oh, somebody's about to fight." My girlfriend's like, "Yeah, there's a guy behind us yelling at you." And I go, "No, he's not. Let's get inside though." So we get out of the car and start walking. This dude hops out of this Jeep, like, you know, wearing his Monk's Energy hat and a little buffed up guy. He goes, "Hey, you pulled my parking spot, cunt." And I was like, "Dude, don't you talk to her like that. She wasn't even driving." I was like, "Baby, get inside. I don't want you to see what happens next." Because I didn't want to, whether I won or lost, I was like, "I don't need this to happen." So the guy walks up, he goes, "Lady, before you was taking a while to park, and she's a cunt, and you pulled in, and you're a cunt." I was like, "You want to fight?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, I didn't think you would say yes." So we start walking to fight, right? Because we're not going to fight in front of an Applebee's, right? So we start walking, and I had this realization. I had my first grown man thought where I was like, okay. I was like, I am 27 at the time. And I was like, I'm not going to fight over a parking spot. Like, then that's why I stopped. I go, "Bro," I'm like, "We're two grown men." I was like, "We're now walking to fight. We're walking further to fight than if you would have just took the parking spot and walked in from there, you know?" I was like, "Hey, look, it's Sunday. We're not getting out of jail till Tuesday or Wednesday. We're going to spend thousands of dollars." And also, I'll tell you something right now. I was raised by all women, so when I fight, I scratch, and I'm like Black Panther, okay? And so stuff's going to itch on you the next day, all right? So I was like, "Dude, come on." I was like, "Don't you just realize you were mad at the lady before me? You're mad at me now. You seem mad. I don't know what you're mad about, but I hope your week gets better." And the guy stopped. And he looked down, he looked at me, and he goes, "You're right, man. I've been having a tough go at it lately. I apologize." And he walked away. And I was like, "What just happened? What? That Disney Channel bullshit works." Like, I've been using my chin to get out of every problem my entire life. And I walked back inside, like, shocked. And my girlfriend's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "I almost beat his ass. That's what happened." I told him he barked up the wrong tree today, dude. That's a true story. I swear to God. I was mind blown that you can use words to resolve problems. I'm from the South, where you're just like, "Ford's better than Chevy." You're like, "I'll whoop your ass, dude. What'd you say to me?"
Okay, guys, we are here with none other than the storyteller, Rocky Dale Davis.
Hey.
Rocky, it is my absolute honor to have you as one of the artists in our artist series.
I love it, man.
I look at you and your career's trajectory, and I see a lot of Privada in you, and I feel like Privada is in a similar trajectory in this industry as you are in comedy.
Right.
And so it was a real honor to be able to get to make this cigar with you and Kristoff. Shout out to Jared for helping us make this happen. I love the bands.
Phenomenal.
It looks
I was
incredible.
wondering, with the 3 bands on a smaller cigar, I was like, how does it come out?
Yeah.
And it literally came out better than I could have possibly expected.
It's show business, man. That is show business, band. It's beautiful. Now, just for all of the connoisseurs out there, this is an actual San Andreas Mexican-grown wrapper. Okay, we have a Habano binder grown in the Dominican Republic, and then we have 3 different Habano seeds that were all grown in Nicaragua as the fillers. It is sweet, it's a little spicy, and it's just got an overall umami to it that goes great with whiskey. I just had it as my morning cigar, which I don't always do in Maduro, and it was perfect. It's the perfect size.
Yeah.
I think you touched upon that.
Perfect.
And Yeah, man, I'm just really proud to have you as part of our artist series, and I wish you and your career the most amazing luck. You're a really nice guy. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me on, man. I'm excited to be working with you guys. I've been a subscriber for a long time.
Love that.
Waiting on those 2 packages to come in, and then reading off your 80-paragraph summary for every cigar. I'm reading. I'm like, dude, I can't even read that well. You're killing me here. You're like, no, this is a great cigar we have here. You're gonna taste footnotes of have you ever licked a flower in West Palm Beach, Florida, behind the Denny's? And I'm like, I have it. You're like, well, this is what it tastes like. It tastes phenomenal.
That's right. It's an experience. You're getting the full Privada experience.
I swear, that's what the package comes in with late. You get the 3 cigars, but then you have a novel. I'm like, okay, we got J.K. Rowling over here is describing every cigar. Good Lord, man.
Oh my gosh, thank you for that. Being able to do what you do gives you a superpower as an entrepreneur.
It really does.
Yeah. So no matter what you do, whether one day you decide to do something else, you will be successful at it.
That's the funny thing about it, and it's very true, and thank you for saying that, is like I can communicate with people. Like I've been in a room with people that are multimillionaires, right?
Sure.
So we have nothing in common.
Sure.
Because the way I can talk, they're just instantly like, who's this hillbilly? Like, you know, like I have friends that are just filthy rich, and they're just like, you know, back in time, I was going to McDonald's scraping the change out, like, okay, so the McDouble went up 10 cents today, you know? And then I could communicate with them because of comedy, but it comes from my mom. My mom was the same way. My mom always told me to talk to people, you look people in the eye, you shake their hand, you like communicate. Wow. And I think that's what's helped in my comedy so much is when you watch me, like if you watch this and then you go watch my comedy, my voice doesn't change. Nothing changes. This isn't a fake accent. I don't put anything on. Yeah. I'm just an authentic dude. Yeah. I'm a guy that loves Waffle House. I love drinking bourbon. I love drinking a lot and then promising people stuff I'll never cash in on. You know. Like,
well, you mentioned authenticism. Is that a word, Johnny? Authenticism, being authentic and being authenticity. There it is, Clark. That's why we keep him around.
This is when the graphic shows up on the side screen. We're like,
so you know, cigar smokers more so than any other genre that I can think of or any other niche of people sense authenticity.
Yes.
And that's why a lot of the like celebrity stuff, like it doesn't do that well because if it's not authentic, they smell it a mile away.
Yeah.
And that is something that, you know, when I look back, I'm like, no, that time wasn't wasted. I got comfortable being on camera and being myself.
Yes.
And that was always, I think, a problem for my career as an artist, that I still didn't know who I was yet.
Right.
I was a young man. I was in music. This guy's hot right now. You gotta sound like this, or and so it wasn't as authentic as my career in cigars has been. So authenticity is everything, especially in cigars.
And that's what's funny about when you go into comedy is I can tell a story at a cigar shop and it doesn't change when it goes on stage. But it took a while. What's funny, when you start comedy, you don't speak that way. And when you start, you do what you think is funny, like to other people. But then after about, it's like that, I think it's like the 8 to 10 year mark, you find yourself. Like you start speaking the way you speak, and you realize all this time I wasted being someone else. Right. When you find your voice is what we call it, you become this authentic person. That's why a lot of times I can tell like certain stories. I don't change anything from the way they happened a lot of times to the way they go on stage. I may exaggerate from time to time, but it's authentic, and that's what people, when they meet me after the show, I have people that meet me as if we're best friends because they've watched so much and they go, I know this guy. 100%. And they kind of do, honestly. Like, I mean, like if I do a show in your town, you can almost guarantee the nearest Waffle House after that. I'll be there at 3 a.m. and I'll be drunk over a plate of grits just going in,
I'm gonna get out of your way and let your star shine, dude. You are amazing. I am so excited to see where your career goes.
Yeah.
I'm excited and proud to be able to offer this cigar to our people. It is a banger. For sure.
Phenomenal.
And thanks for coming here, man.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it,
It's my absolute pleasure.
I hope you buy it. I hope you enjoy it. And if you don't, I hate you so much. But, yeah.